welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a spinal column full of craft brew on the side. Cause fluid.
Yeah.
Spines have fluid.
Yeah, so it's a cavity that could hold things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like craft beer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Jade.
And we are talking about chapter 67 of Temple of the Winds with our bare hands.
I mean, the note said taking on, which would make more sense, but yeah.
What did I say?
Talking about.
Look, sometimes I like to put letters in words. But we are taking on chapter 67 of Temple of the Winds with our bare hands.
Yes.
And not bare hands, B-E-A-R, but B-A-R-E.
I mean, if you have bare hands, like if you're a bear and that's how you want to go about things, and because that's all you have, I guess that's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to hand shame anyone. Yeah. But I don't know if any of you guys have noticed.
I'm sure they have. They have to have.
But I did the intro.
Yeah.
Because Nate's not here.
Yeah. We're missing a big chunk here.
Nate's on a bit of a trip.
He's on a venture.
A venture. And we posted about it on our social media channels, actually.
We did.
Because Nate, on his way up, ran into a car that had the word Seekers as its license plate.
Yeah, so he can't even get away from us if he tries.
Yeah, that's what he gets.
Yeah.
Thinks he can take a week off and we got work? No.
Yeah, you can't run away from the podcast.
No. You know who else can't run away?
Who?
Most of the people in this chapter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very true. Is that a paralyzation joke?
Wait. When you put it that way, no. It's not a paralyzation joke. I like to think it's a non-walking observation. That's all.
Okay. I think maybe we should just get on into this. Since we don't have our guiding force here, I think I have to be it.
Yeah. So we have, we discussed this right before we started. We have the balls in the heart of the podcast and no brain. So this might be a disaster.
If it sounds terrible, blame me. For sure.
Yeah, and if it sounds like if I do anything wrong, I just blame Jade as well for that.
It's all on me. That's usually how it goes.
But yeah, so if this is real bad, well, we know that Jade and I won't be starting our own podcast anytime soon. So
we know for sure that Nate is necessary to anchor this shit. I mean, we know that anyways, but okay, here we go.
Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Okay. So this chapter opens in Richard's POV, right? Richard is waking up to screams, feels like shit. He's forcing himself towards the screams. Barefoot and shirtless, he finds himself at the door of the sliff. Sees Dref, arm around Kaylin, knife in hand. Kara is lying bound, stomach is ripped open. She's like mumbling and shit off to the side.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Yeah, everything looks super.
So this is the Community gif. This is I haven't watched Community, so I don't know his character name, but is it not Donald Glover?
Shit.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
Yeah, that's his name.
Danny Glover's old. Yeah,
it's
Donald Glover walking in. Ahmed is
the other guy's name.
That's
the other guy's name.
I don't know.
Shit, I've watched all of it. I've watched all of it. I don't know. My memory's...
But it's him carrying the pizzas, and he opens the door,
Jordan?
and it's like everything's on fire, and people are screaming.
Yeah.
That's what Richard just did.
Yeah.
He opened the door, and he was like, hey, what is happening?
Immediately confused, asks what the fuck is happening. Dref, happy to see him. He's the one that he really needs anyways. That's what the interrogation was just about with Kaylin. So he's like, hey man, the voices said I need to murder you, so good to see you. This all seems like a dream to Richard. He's deep into the plague at this point. He's got his fever going. He's like, what the fuck?
And he started off this book struggling with sleeping because he was afraid of dreaming.
That's true.
So it's like, this man, I don't think this man has had one good night's sleep in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Like, this man is sleep deprived.
Since the beginning of the series?
Yeah, that too.
He tells Dreffin to drop the knife, let her go, it's all over. I mean, I don't know where he thinks the power. He's just in a fever dream. So he's just like, I caught you.
Yeah.
Put it down. And
well, like we said, so this, I think, this confirms that Richard, when he went into the temple, had no idea that Dreff is the one who killed Nadine. My interpretation of why he was so confused is because he still thinks Dreff's a good person.
Yeah.
So he's like, what the fuck is going on? 3 of my friends are in here. One's disemboweled, and the other one is, like, attempting to murder my wife.
His wife.
Well, his wife.
Yeah.
But also his wife.
Yeah.
And also his wife.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I need a flow chart.
But Dreffin laughs at him, says she begs for it, she deserves to die like the horse she is, like Nadine and his mother and all the rest. And I guess that would be the confirmation for him there that Dreffin is the bad guy.
I think that's what I mean. I think that right there, Richard is the seeker, and with his truth-seeking capabilities. I feel like he's probably putting his head now like, oh, fuck.
Well, he has to. I mean, like...
Yeah.
Okay, he's very sick. That's the only reason that he probably wouldn't have immediately caught on when he sees him.
Yeah, he's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dreff just says that Nadine died. I don't think... Like, he didn't outright say, and I killed Nadine. But it's like what? We know he did.
Well, also...
This should be enough.
When he says... like my mother and the rest. The rest implies that all the murders
Mysterious
that have
man.
been,
All
so,
the whores.
Yeah, all the whores. Yeah. Richard tries reasoning with the madman, which, I mean, at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Telling him his mom loved him, pleading with him to just let Kaylin go, and Dreffin's like, she's my wife. I can do what I want with her. And
let go of my wife.
Then he slams his knife into the base of her spine. Drops her, she crumples to the ground.
Yeah. I've heard that's just acupuncture, right? Like, she's fine? Just needle into the spine?
I mean, I don't think so. We've seen this happen earlier in the book, so I don't think it's good.
That's right. Yeah. I did see it happen earlier.
They don't stand after that, usually.
Yeah. I'm sure Kaylin will be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dreff draws the sword of truth. And at this point, the rage in his eyes, it like wakes Richard up, and that rage is no match for his rage.
Oh, yeah.
At sea. Because now he's like, okay, fuck you, bud.
Yeah. Look, it's not Dreff with the temper, okay? No. It's Richard with the temper. Like, Dreff is Batman, and Richard is Bane in this moment. Where he's like, oh, you think rage is your ally? Oh, I was born in rage, bud. I didn't see hope until I was a man.
Yeah, you're on my turf now.
Yeah.
He tells him to drop the sword or he will kill him. And Dreff is like, oh yeah? You're gonna do that with your bare hands? And Richard's like, yup! With hate in my heart, motherfucker. I am the weapon.
Fuck yeah.
It was a very badass moment.
Hey, look, if I'm gonna critique these people when I think they're dumb as shit, fuck yeah, Richard. Fuck yes.
Yes.
This is what I want. I want an entire book where this is all he does. Straight up murdering fools.
Without the sword, just with his hands.
He can use the sword occasionally, but like, just give me more of this. This is fucking great.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes you feel a certain way when you read somebody be like, yeah, no, fuck you. I am the weapon. I don't need shit. I will murder the hell out of you. And then what he follows it up with is very impressive. Like, at least he delivers.
Yeah, it's not one of those, like, blue ball moments where it's like the hero's gonna do something cool and then the bad guy just stops him anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, let the good guy win.
Yeah, no, I wanted that to be badass. Like, he said the line. Let him get it.
Oh, yeah.
He starts running at Dreff. And they're in this... It made me laugh a little bit when I read that because they're in a very small room.
Oh, yeah.
So Richard just, like, full sprints at this motherfucker from, like, maybe just outside of me and you away, which is probably like, I would be terrified if someone started running at me like that.
I was picturing closer to, like, maybe 10 feet.
Maybe.
Like, maybe here to the or to the love seat-ish. I pictured, like... Because this is the Sliff's well room. I'm assuming that it's like 10 to 15 feet around the well is open area.
I just don't think it's that. Yeah, I guess in my head, it's not that big of a room.
No. Either way, I don't think they're because we know Kaylin and Dreff are like near the well.
Yeah.
So it's like he's in the middle of the room, which means, they're not that far.
No.
But also the fact that this man crawled into this room and then just starts sprinting at someone. Fuck yeah. Everything about this was great.
Yeah. Dreff raises the sword, and Richard takes that opening to go to a knee, arm extended, finger stiff, driving his hand into Dreffin's middle, grabbing his spinal column, ripping it out, and shattering it. Okay? He ripped it out and shattered it.
Yeah.
And then Dreffin slumps to the ground as you would.
As you would. As
blood
you do.
pouring out. Yeah. As you do.
Yeah, because that's a giant open wound in the stomach.
Yeah.
So that's, like, they don't even kind of mention it here, but there's some, organs between...
Yeah, that you're going through.
The outer skin of your stomach and your spinal cord, which is in the back.
Yeah.
So, like, Dreff's dead? Dreff should be dead.
Yeah. And also your spinal column goes into your brain, and it goes through you, like... Everything is
attached.
Like your shoulders are connected.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is connected to your spinal column, if I'm correct.
Jade, I'm so glad that you brought this up and that you are asking if you're correct, because that is what our side quest is going to be about.
Oh,
I did some research.
Good.
Into, one, if this would be physically possible.
Good.
And two, if you could survive this or a similar injury. So that is what we're going to get into in the side quest. So I don't want to say too much more about it because I'm kind of an expert on it.
Okay.
I'm going to not remember any of what I said like 4 hours from now, but right now,
you're
pretty smart about it. Yeah. I'm a social media expert about spinal injuries.
Oh, that's good.
Should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah.
But also this Dreff beforehand where he's like, what are you gonna come with your bare hands? It reminded me of like there's a news report from so long ago where it was there was a reporting about a man that got stabbed, and right before he got stabbed, the man said, "What are you gonna do? Stab me?"
Yeah.
And so it was just like, "What are you gonna do, Richard? Rip my spinal column out?"
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, that's great idea. Thank you, Dreff.
Yes, I appreciate you asking me that.
I was gonna pick up this rock right next to me, but you said bare hands, so bare hands it is.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't want to make you wrong.
Yeah.
So bare hands.
Actually, sorry, bare hand.
Bare hand. Yeah, bare hand. Yeah, he didn't even use the other one.
No, he only used one.
Probably because he had no energy. Like, it was 2 legs and a fist. That's all he had energy for.
Richard goes over to Kaylin, cups her face with his clean hand. He didn't want to touch her with the blood. Says she's like, I can't move my feet or feel my legs at all. He's dizzy with his sick, but he knows how his magic works. It's always worked in the one way, and he's never had greater need or anger than this moment. So he's already fucking lost in it. He's already like, all right, I know what I gotta fucking do. Kaylin tries to be like, Richard, I love you. And he's like, shh, I'm gonna heal you. You don't even gotta say the things. She's like, hey, I am sorry. I lost the book. So, like, it doesn't even fucking matter. You should heal Kara.
Yeah.
You can't heal both of us.
Yep.
You're sick. Please heal her because it's my fucking fault what happened to her. You know, especially as far as the rats go. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know, she probably would have been tortured either way, but that specific way she was tortured was my fault. So please fucking do that.
Is it Kaylin's fault that Kara got tortured? No. Is it Kaylin's fault that Kara got tortured in the way she did? Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kaylin is saying, don't heal me because I lost the book. So I don't want to be healed if you're just going to die.
Yeah, we'll be together in the spirit world.
Just go heal Kara.
Just go do that.
Let's
and
die
then
together.
We can have a sweet moment.
Let's Romeo and Juliet this shit.
Hell yeah. She's like, I'm not going to live without you. And Richard realizes that, so he kisses her, tells her, don't give up, and then goes and moves to Kara. He puts her hands on her torn stomach. He's speaking to her all soft and nice and, hey, you know, it's going to be okay. I'm here. She can't really hear him, I guess, through all of what's going on.
Yeah, she's got some mental...
PTSD.
She's at full capacity with her mental powers right now.
Yeah, she's in shock and dealing with PTSD, I'm assuming. So, he gives himself over to that intense pain and takes all the horror of what's going on into himself and then sends back his empathy and healing strength. This is a lot longer and it's more intense than what I'm making it sound like here. It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, this was not a bing bang boom and it's done. Like, there was a lot that happened.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need to go every step.
No.
Detail by detail.
No.
Richard heals Kara.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he opens his eyes. He's laying on an intact midriff.
Yeah.
She's whole, but she doesn't seem to know it yet. But cool. Your mind, whatever. We'll deal with that later.
Physically, she's healed.
You're not going to die. Cool. Great. Kaylin isn't doing great. She asks Richard to cut her hands free so she can at least hug him while she dies. And Richard also not doing great.
No. So he's got the plague.
Yeah.
He exuded a tremendous amount of energy to deal what I'm assuming is a fatal blow to Dreff.
Yeah.
And then also used a shitload of his energy and took on Kara's pain in healing her.
And gave her most of his energy. Like, he literally said he felt like he gave him his whole self to her.
Yeah.
And we know that the plague, this isn't like beginning stages of the plague. This is like an accelerated plague. So he's at like end stages of plague.
This is what Zed did in the show. There was the episode in The Legend of the Seeker where there's like a town has like a plague.
Oh, yes.
And he kept trying to heal the plagued people, but because he had to take on the sickness, he could only do it so fast.
Yes.
Maybe this is where they were like, hey, put this in.
A mirror to that. Yeah. Probably. You're probably right.
Because Terry helped with the show, so I might not be.
Yeah.
I just realized.
No, I mean, yeah, it's as
crazy
close.
coincidence.
It's as close as they were. That episode is this book.
Yeah.
As close as you can get.
Yeah. So that's a good way to adapt a series, is to do one episode per book. Because there's definitely, there's so much filler in the book. We can just get rid of most of it.
Yeah, and then add a whole bunch of shit that doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, and then insert.
You know what? We're not talking shit about the show. The show is it's its own thing. It's a separate thing. We're talking about the chapter right now, Aaron.
Okay. Hey, look. We can talk about the chapter too.
Okay.
I just, we do a watch along. People, I hope people watch that if they have access to it.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah. We do talk about this on there, so we should let people listen to that there.
I wish we would have read this chapter and then watched that episode. That would have been a crazy coincidence if that's how it timed out.
Yeah. Well, you could, if you wanted to, go over to our if you're listening right now, you can go over to our Patreon and listen to the watch along.
Yeah.
And watch it with us after this.
And then do this with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
all at the same time.
Patreon.com/podcast
ATT.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's struggling himself, but when he goes to grab the knife, he sees the giant pool of blood beneath Kaelin.
Oh, yeah, from the acupuncture.
Yes. And his rage is renewed, so he gets kind of like a second wind.
Mm-hmm.
And he pleads with the spirits to give him time to save her. He's already dying, so her dying shouldn't be part of the fucking price he has to pay. I was gonna say, I don't think it's related.
Yeah.
You already did your price thing.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get why he's saying it. But.
Yeah. Right now, you're back to even.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna ask for a favor, now you owe the spirits another favor.
Yeah.
We are technically even right now, Richard. And we being Richard and then the spirits.
Yeah, the spirits didn't do this.
Yeah. Druff did.
Arguably, they allowed it to happen by letting Druff be the one to whatever.
I said that's a big philosophical discussion to get into.
Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna not.
Okay.
Yeah. So he gathers her in his arms and he starts to take all of her pain from her, and Kaelin gasps. I don't like to say that word.
Gasps.
Yeah. There's too many syllables, or I don't know. She does that, though, and it seems like a spirit is with him. And then we kind of switch over to Kaelin's point of view for the rest of the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should switch to right now.
Kaelin's perspective?
We will, but I think before that, we should switch to a beer break.
I think that might be a good idea.
Yay!
And so I think what you're saying is that we're going to take a little bit of a break?
Yes.
And then we'll be back right after this?
Yes!
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay, cool.
Bye. And we're back. And we are back with our beers. Today, we are drinking Citrus Squall, a double golden ale from Dogfish Head.
Squall is a bird, right?
I think it can be. Because I think weather, like you can have, like a hurricane can squall.
Okay, you read the can. I'm going to look up what a squall is.
Yeah, so this Dogfish Head beer, like I said, is a double golden ale with grapefruit juice and blue agave nectar. It is 8%, so a little on the heavier side. But what I just, Jade got a kick out of this, because it took me by surprise. They put some really cool information on the box. They go, hey, the appearance, Hazy golden orange. Okay, cool. Aroma? Fresh grapefruit and citrus. Makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
Flavors? Bright and tart grapefruit, blue agave, nectar, sweetness. Okay. Food pairings. They straight up put food pairings on there, and they say this pairs well with street tacos, chicken wings, ceviche, and guacamole.
Oh, guacamole. I like that.
How do you like this beer?
I do. It's pretty good. It's I'm not always like a super grapefruit can go either way, you know? Sometimes they don't put a lot of fruit in there, but there is a lot of fruity flavor in this beer.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh man.
Especially for an 8%.
I was just gonna say, like, I would have guessed maybe 6.
Yeah,
like
me
I
too.
could feel a little heavy, but not too bad.
No, it feels lighter than I would expect.
And I feel like this is almost irony's not quite the right word, but coincidental. I feel like this would be a good river beer.
Yeah, because Nate's on the river.
Which is funny because Nate's on a river right
I wonder
now.
what kind of beer he's drinking right now.
Probably not something this good. That loser going on the river without us.
Yeah, probably.
Because he was invited to something that we weren't invited to.
Yeah.
That bitch.
I will say, okay, a squall is not a bird.
Oh, okay.
It's a storm.
Okay.
A gust of wind or a localized storm
I think a squall...
or a baby crying.
I think a squall can also be a person from Final Fantasy.
Oh, that didn't come up in my Google search.
Yeah. Well, tell you what. I think we should give this thing a rating.
Oh shit, I forgot about
Out
ratings.
of 10 rivers, I think, like the percentage, I think I'm going to give it an 8. This is just pretty good.
Yeah, I'd probably give it an 8.
I realize...
Maybe a 7.5 because I don't think I would remember that it tastes that, you know, it's not like a beer that I'm like, you know what I really wish I had right now.
You know what? I think it might be closer to a 7. I think you're onto something there.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I always rate these things super high.
Yeah. It's because you're only drinking it right now.
Well, yeah. I like whatever beer I'm currently drinking.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, that's what's in front of you.
Yeah, I feel like I almost want to like purposefully go get a bad beer now, and so they can be like, oh, he thinks that's a 3? Damn, that sucks.
Just get an IPA, you'll hear a bad rating from me.
Yeah, because if everything's an 8, is anything an 8?
I mean, not for you, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I just like beer.
I think that my ratings are more genuine.
Well, now I feel attacked.
No, I'm just kidding. I think that everyone's taste is different.
I think yours are probably more accurate to the general public. I probably have weird taste buds that make alcohol taste good.
I don't know. A lot of motherfuckers like IPA, dude. That's
Yeah,
a very
true.
popular beer.
That's true.
Not that I'm calling anybody a motherfucker. Maybe I am. I don't know. Let's get back to the chapter. Let's do that because I think we're off track.
Do you know who's not a motherfucker?
Who?
Richard.
That's true, though, actually.
He hasn't fucked any moms.
That's true.
I think he might have been tempted when Kaylin's mom visited him, but
Well, Kaylin, speaking of, feels tingling in her legs. And, I would say not the good kind, but it is a good kind.
it's a good kind. Not the good kind. The Terry good kind?
The horny good kind. She can feel his warm magic through every part of her body. So kind of.
This whole note just got so sexual. She can feel his warm magic. That's not a sexual voice. Oh.
Every part.
Every part of her body. Hey, when they part, her legs, she can move them without pain. Because everything feels good.
Yeah.
And then they kiss.
Because they just shared something magical.
Gross. I hate it.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
go.
yeah.
That was not supposed to be a sexual
You know what's
thing.
what's not even in there? The part where she says she sees him in a whole new light afterwards.
Of course she does.
Yeah. And this rapture, this feels better than the rapture she feels in the sliff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And that thing is pure pleasure.
pure pleasure.
Little pee-pee action.
Holy shit.
What? What? Are you...
I'm an adult who can't handle the term pee-pee. I'm sorry. I can't. Mm-mm.
Look, if you don't want pure pleasure, that's
not
fine.
from a grown person's mouth. That is just the most ridiculous thing.
Thank you for considering me a grown person.
Yeah, you're welcome. She stood and reached to help Richard up because she's like, we're all great now. Everybody's feeling good. He lifts his hand to try and stand with her and promptly right on his face. Kaylin is distraught, realizing the fever has him completely. She's wailing, sorry about losing the book, saying she loves him. She does a lot of, like, just screaming into the ether in this chapter. Like, I love you, I'm sorry. Rah, rah. She's going through it.
I don't want to downplay her emotions, because I'm sure if I was in her shoes, I'd probably be doing a lot of the same stuff. But it felt like a lot.
It did. I think it's realistic, and if you were watching a movie, it wouldn't seem weird.
Yeah.
When you're reading it in a book or trying to take notes specifically.
That, I was going to say
that's
that
when
too.
It gets hard.
Well, that in, like I said, I've said this before, I read the book occasionally, but it's mostly audiobook. In addition to, the guy calling Kaylin Colin, I don't care for his, like, high-pitched, stressed voice, and that's pretty much, like, 50% of this chapter was his high-pitched, stressed voice.
Yeah.
And it made me stressed.
Yeah.
And I complained about it in a high-pitched voice. So, my God, we get it, Kaylin. You lost the book.
Yeah.
But that's more, like I said, that is more on the narrator.
Well, and me and you also spoke about there's a lot of that in this, and there's a lot of back and forth little things in this chapter, and it is making time. It feels like it is making time for something that happens.
Yeah.
When you're reading it, it might not feel that way if you're reading it fast to try and get to the end of the chapter, but when you're looking at it the way we look,
reading one chapter at a time, making notes,
you're like, okay, I see what's happening here and why it feels that way.
Yeah, which we'll say what that was in case you're not picking up on it at home. But it seemed obvious to us, so we'll say it at the end.
Yeah,
we don't want to spoil this chapter.
Yeah, because you probably haven't read this chapter, right?
Maybe this is their reading of the chapter.
Might not.
We don't know.
A voice behind Kaylin says, here. She looks, she sees the slip holding out a book.
Aww.
The book. Not a book. The book.
The book?
That got thrown down there.
The very book.
The very book. She's like, Master needs this. And Kaylin's like, cool. Fucking takes it, goes to use the sorcerer's sand from his belt. It's not there.
No belt.
Because he's only wearing his pants.
Yeah. Look, if I was as in shape as Richard, I also would probably just walk around in just pants as much as I could.
Yeah, we missed that part at the beginning. If this was the show, we would have definitely drank at the beginning of this
God, yeah.
episode.
Sexy outfit for sure.
Yeah, sweaty, shirtless, barefoot Richard.
Yeah. He's also sick, but he's also...
It's kind
of a sexy sick.
He's always a sexy sick. Okay. She turns to Kara. Kara is still, mind you, like, fucked up.
Struggling.
And desperately tries to break through the mind prison that she's stuck in. She's like, hey, where was Richard kept? Where is his shit? I'm assuming, personally, it's the same room you left him in. Right?
Probably.
They didn't move him. He was sick. He was already passed out. When we saw him, and now granted, Kaylin doesn't know this, but we saw him at the beginning of this chapter, he walked right down the hallway. So, like, I mean, I get she doesn't want to take a chance, but, like, chances are, if you roll the dice and run down the hallway, it's probably going to be in that room.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a little bit silly that she's, like, trying to go to the fucking very, very not well Kara and be like, tell me where you kept him when you probably know the answer. Granted, she's frantic, and I get that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's always tough to armchair quarterback.
Yes, it is.
In stressful situations without being in those stressful situations.
I know better than you, bitch. You should have done that.
But it does maybe possibly, I would argue, I would have liked to have been able to try both options. Because in the amount of time it takes Kaylin to get to Kara, I feel like, she might have been able to find the belt.
Yeah, like, she's a healthy person. There's nothing wrong with Kaylin, so...
But if she found the sand, she needed Kara's help anyway.
That's true.
So everything always works out.
Okay. But nothing gets through until she keeps being like, Kara, wake up. But she finally says, Richard needs you. And this seems to, like, break through Kara's brain. And Kara comes back from the terror that she's in. And she realizes she's fully healed. Like, even her old scars have been healed by this.
Yeah.
And once she composes herself, because that's a fucking lot to take in, Kara asks Kaylin what's going on, and she tells her what she needs, and Kara says she's going to go get it. She stands up. She's a little shaky, but she gets there.
Yeah. As you would be after, having rats disembowel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be a little shaky.
Yeah, after being moments from death and, like being trapped in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fucking lot. Yeah. But she comes back, she fucking goes, she gets the shit. Kara's a badass. That is not in question.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kara is probably well trained in taking a lot of physical and mental pain and then immediately being efficient while you're going through that.
Also, arguably, maybe not being healed, but being pulled back from the brink of death.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because Mort Sith do that, like...
Probably not the first time she's had to do this.
Yeah, because Mort Sith do that fucking breath of life thing that they're like, I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm gonna bring you back, and then I'm gonna fucking fuck you up again.
Yeah.
You're probably very right.
Good for Kara, but that's also kind of sad.
It is sad, but it's helpful now.
It's very helpful.
Kaylin kneels next to Richard after Kara runs out, and she's like praying that he's gonna hold on. She opens the book up to the 3rd page, so it's gonna be ready to go when Kara returns.
Mm-hmm.
But when she does that, she ends up getting lost on the page because, like, as we know, it's interesting. It's a wasteland of sandy dunes in there with runes drawn on them. There's a pattern of lines and colorful lights. And she's like, woo, pretty. And she's just, like, sucked into it immediately.
Yeah.
In my mind, made me like, okay, when the kids did that, they got the plague, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would she have gotten the plague in this moment?
Ooh, maybe the plague is on page 10. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. It was a little.
That's a good
little
point,
thing
though.
buzzing in my head.
I had not thought about that. Yeah, the plague was spread through this book. So, yeah, that was why Amelia freaked the fuck out when Clarissa just fucking opened the book all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
When she was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm inspecting it. And then it's like, okay. Because I know what happened the last time I opened the book.
Yeah.
Fucking plague.
Yeah.
So
fucking plague. Don't look in there.
Kaylin got the info from Nathan. So I'm sure Nathan was like, page 3.
Yeah.
Make sure it is page 3. Not 33. Okay? 33? Sharknadoes.
Yeah.
Just do page 3, Kaylin.
Fucking Jumanji.
Yeah. Jumanji's on 4, so you count those pages.
So suddenly she realizes that Kara is back in the room and shouting at her. She's got the belt. And she clears her head, she takes the belt, opens the pouch with the sorcerer's sand, she puts a pinch in, the color boils and turns and gets all crazy, and she's about to put the black in, but she realizes that something is nagging at her.
Mm-hmm.
It's the chimes. She remembers she has to say the 3 words, but shit, she can't remember them.
Yeah.
And
she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're weird.
Well, here's the thing. I did a thought experiment. Now, granted, a lot more time had passed in between when Nathan, quote unquote, told me the 3 words. I couldn't remember them.
I couldn't either.
And I haven't been through any kind of traumatic... Well, arguably I've been through some traumatic shit lately, but not on this level that Kaylin has. Hey, if I can't remember it...
I could remember maybe the first one, but then it slowly turns into that Bible story with the Abednego. I think there's 3...
I feel like I do remember
There's 3 names
this.
in there,
Yeah.
and I mixed the 3 up. It doesn't fucking matter.
I thought it was Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice. And I was like, that's Powerpuff Girls. That's not...
Not this. It's not this. So she reaches for his hand because she knows that he wrote it on there on his palm, which is a great place to save important information. He got it there. That's all that matters. He got it there.
It's true.
She reaches for his hand to look at the words, and she sees Dref leaning against the well, sword held high above Richard. Yeah, that dude that doesn't have a spinal column anymore.
Yes.
Is leaning against the well.
Yes.
With a sword above his head.
Yes. But also Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That's what it was.
Yes.
It was bothering me because as soon as you said Abednego, I was like, fuck, I did learn something about that. Yes. Yeah.
So I go...
3 Jewish men who were thrown into a fiery furnace by Nebuchadnezzar.
Rishi, Shadrach, and Abednego. Shit, that's not it.
Also, man without at least part of his spinal column.
Yeah.
Is standing.
Standing, with a sword above his head.
Yeah. Hey, we'll get into it.
Yeah. Kaylin, she tries to call her power. She can't. We know this. Kara wouldn't reach them in time because she's over by the fucking door, and it looks like Richard's gonna die. Suddenly, an arm reaches out. A silver arm reaches out and grabs Dref's arm. Another arm, I'm sorry, I'm bad with words, grabs his face.
Well, they're tough words, arms.
Arms and things, yeah.
Hey, I fucked up talking and taking, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so don't give me shit. It says, breathe. So, the slip is wrapped her arms around Dref and is like, breathe me in, bitch. Dref breathes her in, and then she lets him slump to the ground as he breathes out, blood flowing from his mouth and nose.
So there was one other thing the Sliff said, and I was like, oh, shit is going fucking down. Because the Sliff did not say, I want to please you.
Oh, yeah.
The Sliff said, breathe. I wish you to please me.
Oh,
She
yeah.
fucking flipped it, and she murdered that fool. And I was just like, I literally, like, I'm even getting tingles a little bit right now, but I was just like, when I heard that the first time, it was like, I wish you to please me. I'm like, that's not it. That's not the line. And I like hit rewind again, and I'm like,
glad that you said that because I read it a few times.
Did say it.
And I didn't listen to it. I was just reading it, and in my brain must
You
have
just auto put it.
I auto filled it.
Yeah.
So I didn't. I just assumed
Yeah.
that's why I didn't put it in the notes because I was like, oh, it's the same thing she always says.
No, I want you to please me this time, motherfucker, and it would please me for you to die.
Yeah.
Kaylin with Dem and Nas.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
Just die.
Just die. That's all I want you to do.
A lot
Yeah.
of badass moments in this chapter.
Yeah, badass women. Like, she's a silver women.
No, fuck yeah.
The Sliff is, honestly, of this whole fucking chapter, the Sliff is the hero.
Could be the MVP.
Yeah, this whole chapter wouldn't happen without her. She gives the book back and she kills Dreffin.
Yeah.
If she didn't do those two things, everyone is fucked.
I think an argument could be made for either like 1B to the Sliff's 1A of Nathan. Maybe Nathan gives the book to Kaylin.
I agree with
but
that.
I think the Sliff does have a stronger argument.
But no matter
of
what,
MVP.
even if Nathan did that, if the Sliff didn't exist and didn't contribute to this, then they'd all be fucked.
I agree. Sliff is for sure top of the list.
Yeah.
I feel like Nathan's probably number 2, and then everyone else is the dumb fucks 3 and down.
Well, I think with the death of with Dreff's death, we need to have a celebratory drink because I need one.
There's a celebrity here?
We're gonna get another drink is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna go to another beer break and then we will be right back.
I think another drink would help us stay focused.
Absolutely, that's what we need.
All right, so yeah, let's take a small break and we'll be back right after this. So look, I know Dreff's dead. It's great. Jade, you probably can't tell in my voice because I don't sound very excited, but I'm thrilled. And I am feeling something inside of me.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Well, so's Kaylin.
No way.
That was pretty good. I appreciate that. That was pretty good.
I realized my enthusiasm was a wooden slow to start, but
we got there.
We got there.
That was a beautiful golden bridge.
It's like a wooden bridge. It could be better, but it's solid.
I think it was pretty good. Okay. Kaylin feels something inside her unravel, and she's rejoined with her power.
Fuck yeah.
She gasps with the intensity. I will say, in the book, it seemed like it's kind of a shock to her, because she's like, as long as they both shall live, this works or some shit. And I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knew that. Collectively, as a group, we knew if Dreff died, you were fine.
Yeah. So when Nadine died, Richard was free.
Yeah.
So we all knew this.
Yeah, I felt like it was the beer is good. Not necessary
Nailed
comment.
It. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you could say it's the nail in the coffin. Like, here's your confirmation that our assumptions were right.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, we already knew.
Yeah,
we knew.
The spirits like explicitly told you that if he died, you'd be fine.
It got brought up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing Richard, he's breathing kind of rough. She grabs his hand looking for the writing. Unfortunately, Dreffin's blood has wiped it clean.
Yeah. Blood has great cleaning properties. I don't know if you knew that. Got a little ketchup stain on your shirt? Just cut yourself open, put a little bit of blood on there.
That stain will wipe it right out.
Yeah. You won't be able to see the ketchup stain anymore.
But also, I feel like this speaks to, like, palms are not a great place to write things.
No, back of the palm.
Yeah,
Go to the back of the palm.
I feel like it would have stayed there for sure, because the sweat, like, yeah, whatever. But Kaylin starts screaming in rage and, like, beating the floor. And Cora's like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Because you gotta imagine.
Yeah.
Cora was being tortured.
Yep.
She was healed. She wakes up. Richard's back in the room. Kaylin is in distress. She's bleeding. And she's like freaking the fuck out. Now Kaylin's healed now. So
Kaylin's healed now. She probably has a lot of blood on her.
She has a lot of blood on her.
Yeah.
But Kaylin's just freaking the fuck out. And Kara doesn't know. She knew about the book, I think, before Kaylin left. Because Kaylin maybe brought it up in passing that she had to go do some shit.
Well, I mean, she yelled about it a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just assuming Kara heard one of those yells.
But it's
that
like
she had lost the book.
bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So all she's seen a lot is Kaylin yelling.
Yeah.
So she's...
You know what it reminds me of? That one Community gif. Where Donald Glover walks in carrying the pizzas.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
difference is he didn't just leave the room 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, he was gone for a while and came back. Actually, I don't know. I didn't see the episode. Maybe it was he was gone that short. Well, no, he went to go get pizzas. Anyway.
Kaylin's just losing her. It made me laugh a little bit because just like when somebody is like yelling to themselves, it, like you're both like in the same room, you're chilling, you're on your phone or something, you're just like living your life, and the other person starts like absolutely losing their shit.
Oh, okay. I know why, like, I'm not as flabbergasted by the situation. I golf, so it's not uncommon at all to, like, have to share a golf cart with someone who's having a bad day.
Well, see...
I've been the person that's had a bad day.
But see, you understand why they might be, though, right?
True, I do have reasoning. I know the reasoning why they're upset.
And I mean, she knows that... She maybe knows, like, the outside context. Like, okay, something isn't right.
Right. I guess I mean of, like, Kara's reaction of, like, where you just kind of sit there and you're just like... Everything cool?
Yeah.
Hey, friend. Everything all right?
It's that moment where someone's freaking out, right?
Yeah.
They're exclaiming over something, maybe something on their phone or something, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
They're freaking out, and you don't know, right? Do you need my... Are you exclaiming out loud?
Yeah.
Because you want...
Is this for me?
Help?
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Hey, communicate.
Yeah.
Let's communicate
Yeah,
here.
instead of just saying the short, like, fuck, oh my god, that's crazy. Can you elaborate a little bit so that I can help if I need to?
What's crazy?
Yeah. What's going on, buddy? Do you need some help?
Yeah.
And Caitlin's like, oh, fuck, I don't remember the words. So she's like, maybe I should just fucking do the rest of it and he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Which,
throw the black sand on there. Fuck it.
Yeah, which...
What's the worst that could happen?
Exactly, which is probably where my brain would go.
Yeah.
But she, like, physically cannot do that because she knows... She's grown up with wizards. She knows if there's something you're supposed to do, you have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
So she knows better. Mm-hmm. And when Kara sees her, like, spinning the fuck out, she puts her hands on her shoulders. She tells her, take a deep breath. Picture this Nathan motherfucker saying whatever the hell he said. Kaylin just can't. She's in the middle of a full-out tailspin. Mm-hmm. She cannot remember shit. Mm-hmm. She tells Kara, Richard is gonna die because I can't remember the stupid fucking chimes. And at that, Kara's like, oh, what? You mean Ricciani, Centrosi, and Bassi?
Nailed it.
Duh.
Yeah, everyone knows those.
Yeah.
Everyone knows those 3 words you just said.
So fucking casually. Had Caitlin just said the word chimes at any point before this, Kara would have been like, got you. But no, she didn't. And Caitlin doesn't care. At this point, she's like, woo, we figured it out. She repeats them a couple times.
Yeah.
Excited that she remembers, thanking Kara. Then she takes the black sand and for good measure says it one more time as she tosses in one last piece.
Oh, yeah.
Or like one little piece of black sand.
Double tap. Never hurts double check. You know, like, good idea.
You don't know if it, like Beetlejuice, right? The words spoken, unbroken, or some shit. You never know. You want to say it the right way.
Yeah.
The room hums. Air's dancing. Colors are pulsing. Throbbing. It's like a fucking rave. Bright light covers the room, making them look away, followed by immediately full darkness, pulling color and light back into the book. The whole room falls to darkness. There's like wails and screams of souls and shit. It's crazy. I wondered, this is related back to my other postulation, right?
Nice word.
Thanks. If Kaylin did in fact contract the plague, right?
Oh.
In this moment of everything coming back, is it possible that she did get the plague, but then it was immediately pulled back inside the book because her doing this pulls all the plague and reverses and deletes all the magic? Because that's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Could be. Could very well be.
And that's why it's never mentioned. Because maybe she contracted the plague. It was deleted right away.
Hey, yeah. Makes sense to me. I could see it.
I just feel like it should be mentioned. At least a little bit. Because,
I think if Kaylin did, in fact, like, if she could somehow find out, like, fuck. I opened the book. I have the plague now. I have to fix this now.
I think it would have been
That would have added something.
Yes. I think it would have been nice had Kaylin, after realizing that she had been sucked into the book for a moment, had a split second where she was like, fuck, maybe I have the plague now. Better do this right.
Yeah. But even without that, I think there is a chance. Yeah, Kaylin could have got the plague, and it would have been cured right here.
Right here. Because at this point, the light of the candles comes back, and they can only see ash where the book was. So, like, whole book, whole thing, gone.
Yeah.
Disappeared from existence. So, I don't know.
Hey,
Just
yeah.
let me know what you think, listeners.
Yeah.
Turning it back on you.
Or do you wish Kaylin would have got the plague? Do you think that would have raised the stakes a little bit, knowing that she gets healed?
Opening up another cliffhanger for the end of the book.
Yeah, maybe. Oh.
They rush to Richard. He doesn't look great, but his eyes are open and he's breathing better. Okay, so they know he's probably fine.
Well,
right?
I figured what
You can't
happened,
be 100% after that.
Well, I figured what happened is it cured everything that was plague or plague related about him, but he still has the tiredness of having healed both Kara and Kaylin.
Yeah.
The book wouldn't take that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the
away.
plague anymore, but he's not back to 100.
Yeah. He's still, like, basically did an all-nighter.
Yeah.
Like, he can function now.
Yeah.
But he's tired.
He can talk. He's like, what happened? Kara's like, hey, Mother Confessor saved your ass because women are stronger than men. Duh.
Yep, all women are strong.
Kaylin asks how she knew the chimes, and apparently, I'm sorry, guys. Apparently, this beer is stronger than I thought it was, but apparently, Legate Rishi knew the chimes.
Yeah.
They came with a message from the winds, and I thought that was a little bit weird.
I even listened to it a few times, and I couldn't figure it out. Was it that she remembered the winds told her the chimes, or did the winds just tell her the chimes again right now?
I think she remembered that the winds told her. But my question is, when Legate Rishi got the message,
yeah,
I just want to say real quick, in my brain, he's Little Richie. Even that's why I keep saying him like that, even though I know he's not. But
we don't know
Rishi,
they're not. Have they ever been in the same room at the same time?
They didn't know the what is it? The price that Richard had to pay when he came back.
Correct.
Right? At that point. So why? Why would the winds have known the chimes? Because the only reason to know the chimes is for this moment here, right? So why the fuck did Legate Rishi know the chimes unless the spirits knew this was all going to happen in the end?
That's why I was wondering if the winds just told her what the chimes were.
No, she said that Legate Rishi got that with a message from the winds.
Yeah, but that's what you say. I didn't know if that just meant something different, because that's how it read to me as well. But I was like, but yeah, that didn't make sense because Darkin only told anyone what the requirements were.
Yeah,
like Denna didn't know but it's a little confusing. Okay,
yeah.
It's a little confusing, but it's confusing and weird was the other thing I was saying. But I think we just have to digress.
Yeah.
Because there's just not enough info. Yeah.
You digress.
I will digress.
Okay. Kara is like, hey, can I hug Richard first? Because I think what you do, you might not let go. Which, fair.
Yeah.
They have a nice moment while Kaylin turns to thank the Sliff. The Sliff explains that Dref... nobody asked, okay? Nobody asked. But she decides to explain that Dref stopped the flow of blood to stay alive.
Using some non-magical technique.
Right, because he's not magic.
Yep.
So because he didn't have magic, if you breathe the Sliff without magic, you die. And she's happy she took him on a journey to death. That's all great. Whatever.
It's a little on the cheesy side, but I liked it.
Yes.
I was glad to bring it or to travel or whatever she said. It was good.
Except again, I know we're bringing this up on the after show.
Yeah.
But just stopping the blow of flood. What?
The blow of flood.
Fuck. The flow of blood. If someone pulls out your spinal cord, right? And your method of self-defense is to stop the flow of blood from that wound. Which again, important. That's important.
Not a bad step.
Right.
Yes.
You don't have magic. I don't know how you're doing it, except like I know that people can like lie detectors. You can like slow your heart rate and shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So-
maybe something like that.
Jade, I don't want to spoil the side quest, but I will give you a teaser. There's a reason that in Mortal Kombat, when Sub-Zero removes the head and spinal cord of his opponents, it's called a fatality.
That's what I thought. I'm just saying. Without magic, a
Yes.
non-magical person.
Yes. Seems unlikely.
Yeah, he just stopped the blow of blood. Why? Why? The flow of blood. And somehow that kept him alive enough to fucking try to sword
Hey,
Richard. I don't understand.
I've got some details about it.
Oh my
I will help provide clarity shortly.
god. Okay.
Yes.
We're just gonna move along then because I'm happy that the slip said that, but it upset me by the same measure that I was happy that she explained it because I was like, what though?
Mhm.
Okay. Richard Sands thanks her as well. She offers to take him traveling. He's like, hey, as soon as I'm healed, we'll go.
Yeah, because he says, hey, you can have literally anything you want.
Yeah.
And she goes, I want to give you pleasure.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
all
the
I
slip
want.
is problematic.
Yeah, she is.
A little bit.
A little bit.
In a good way.
But him and Kaylin do it together, so it's fine, right?
True. Yeah, if it's consensual.
Yeah.
2023. I will not king shame in
Yeah,
2023.
it's something they do together.
Yep.
As long as they all
More power to
all
them.
consent together, they're
Yep.
all great.
All power, more power to him.
Kaylin turns to Kara. She's like, "Hey, really though, you okay?"
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, actually though, Kaylin, no matter what the fuck I say to you in this moment,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, we need to have a talk. We need to have a talk.
And even then, it might not be okay.
Yeah.
But Kara's answer is like, "Hey, I got ghosts of the past, but I'm fine. And with Richard as Lord Rawl and you as my mother confessor, anything's possible." Which honestly, way better response than I probably would have given her at this point.
Yeah, because if I was Kara, I'd be thinking like, hey, turns out with you two, anything's possible. Just, at other people's costs.
Yeah,
Like, glad you guys are fine.
yeah,
I got some shit I gotta talk about.
yeah. my personal private scars and things are gonna stay mine from now on, and I know that now. So thank you.
I would definitely be just a tad bit more vindictive.
Yeah, a little
Kara
more
right
passive
now.
aggressive with her.
Or maybe right now I would be as happy as her, but like probably the next day,
Yeah,
I'd probably start getting a little snippy.
yeah,
Like, oh, I don't really care for this bread. Please don't use that against me, Kaylin.
yeah,
I'd probably start making comments like that.
yeah.
Kara's a good person, though.
Are you gonna tell everybody that I don't like the bread?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Kaylin, you can let everyone know. I give you permission to tell everyone
Yeah.
I didn't care for today's bread.
Yeah. You know how I told you before not to tell anybody about something specifically? Yeah. Yeah. Then she goes and tells Richard that he glowed as she healed Kaylin.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, the good spirits were with me for sure. And everybody agrees it looked like Reyna.
Aw.
And it felt like Reyna.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one that was there helping Kaylin to survive.
Aw.
Richard tells him Detta said that she was at peace and happy, and they all decide they need to tell Berdine before they walk out, arm in arm, all happy together. And I
Yeah.
will say, I cried during this chapter.
Aw.
Like
It's nice.
yeah, the
We haven't got a lot of these.
no, and the feelings of Richard and Kayla when they come back to each other, like number one, when they feel like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Save her. I don't care. All of this has been for nothing if you fucking die at the end of it. There's also the like, hey, the whole world is gonna be really shitty if you die. But also in this moment, to them, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
But then at the end, when they both are alive and everyone's okay, and it's emotional. It's good.
It's a great way to end the book.
Yeah, I agree. But it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, we got 3 more chapters.
Yeah.
So yeah, feel like this nice moment's not gonna last much longer.
You don't think so?
I have a feeling. You want to know why I have a feeling?
Why?
Because fucking Dark and Rawl is gonna come back.
You think so?
Yeah, he will have manipulated the Keeper itself. And
Richard sent him
he's-
back to Richard.
To the Keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Darken's better than the Keeper.
Oh, you think so?
Yep.
You like Darkin?
In a weird, fucked up kind of way.
Sounds like it.
He's a good bad guy.
Are you Carl?
No.
God damn it.
God damn
Carl.
it, Carl. I just think that I don't know. I feel like Darkin's gonna return in some way. Maybe not this book. Maybe that's a bit too soon. Darkin's gonna come back.
I think that's your truth.
Yeah.
I want to hear our listeners' truth. So if you want to tell us about your truth, then you should write us a message on podcastatt@gmail.com. And if you want to support us in other ways, you can find us on all of the social medias at podcast ATT. And you can also find us on patreon.com if you want to encourage us that way, either with $1 or nothing, like as high as you want to. We don't care.
Yeah, as low as $1 a month.
That is at podcast ATT. Actually, patreon.com/podcastatt.com. I'm not saying this right.
So Jade and I realized this
it's all fucked up.
Right before we hit record.
Yep.
Nate does the outro off the top of his fucking dome every time. And we just looked at each other and we're like, wait, what does he say? And then after about 5 minutes, we said, fuck it. We're going to see what happens when we get there.
We're just going to pull the pin on the grenade. And this is what you guys get.
I think we got there.
Yeah, you guys know. We're on all the things. It's podcast ATT. And you know what?
There. Yeah.
We will see y'all real soon.
Bye. Wait, now this feels weird. There's got to be a third thing.
Well, I don't know what it is. You looking to me? Don't look at me. Eric, don't look at me.
Okay. Bye. I don't know. Just it stop?
Okay. All right. Fucking bye.